So first, I think as we looked at the implementation showcase, there are a number of common threads, and I think a few things jumped out at me. I mean, one was the idea of BPM being a good citizen working with other standards and technologies. So I don't think we're trying to position BPM or apply BPM as an alternative to some of these other approaches. I think it's more of a complement. And I think one of the themes that kind of came out in this is the idea of marrying process with data, marrying BPM and FIRE with other techniques, and then the idea of using some of these approaches to traverse from, conceptual models through to, kind of implementation kind of came out again and again in the showcase. And I think that kind of put it in stark relief. So I urge each of you as you kind of look at the problem space and the landscape to perhaps consider this among the portfolio of tools or techniques that you might have, at your disposal. I'd like to first take a moment to thank all of the submissions for the showcase. I think it was really a valuable couple of hours here, and particular thanks to Denis for helping organize Herd the Cat, so to speak. I think that was a great session and a great way to end the week. I guess just kind of a couple of quick comments, and I'll be sure that we get out of here on time. I know it's been a long few days. The BPM community, this is the plug. The BPM community is very much an open community. We've very deliberately created participation tiers so folks have the minimal barriers to entry to getting involved. So I'm really excited at some of the things that I've heard. I think we had a great mix throughout the week of both member contributions, but also folks that aren't necessarily engaged in the community yet. So if you haven't, yet jumped into the pool, I'd really like to encourage you to do that. It also happens that Denis is one of the leaders of our ambassador program. We've got not quite 24 ambassadors that are at your disposal, and we're happy to set up time to meet with you and your respective organizations to help you better understand the community and how we operate and find the alignment between your self-interests and the community interests. So if you have an appetite for any of that, please let us know, and we're happy to set up those conversations and start the ball rolling, and we encourage you to do that. One thing I think I will share, give me 1 second, I hadn't planned on this originally, but I will do this. Give me I'm just going to pull up our website just to show you a couple of things there. So, and I still plan to get you out in the next minute. So, oops, where did it go? There we go, sharing my browser. Good. So the BPM website, bpm-plus.org. Hopefully you found your way here already, but there are a couple of things I just wanted to draw particular attention to. First is under participate, you've got access to a page describing each of the working groups. Some of the work that's in process, our wiki web collaboration site. And then the call calendar, I'll pick on the call calendar just as an example. And on the call calendar, all of the work group activities that are happening are posted here, along with web links. So for instance, there's a tooling work group meeting tomorrow. There's the link, there's the phone number. So people that are interested in that are certainly welcome to participate. As we have new calls come up or new work groups, new committees come up, we add them to this calendar. So we're doing our best to be as open and transparent as possible. So that's available to you. I just went to participate, call calendar to get to that. Second is under resources, we've got just a ton of content available on demand. All of the sessions from this week will be available for streaming, and the slide decks will be available. I'll show you where those will be in a minute. But you can look at under resources and find a lot of that content. We're in the process of kind of refactoring this to make it more approachable and more topic-based. We're not quite there yet, but it is coming along. Those that attended the session earlier in the week around the organizational adoption, the playbook, that draft document is here. So, and as was the field guide to shareable pathways, which is the anchor document for our community. So all that's available on the resources page. On the events page, apart from whatever's coming up, you'll find there's links to past events. I'm not going to click through all of them, but you can pick a past event, and it'll show you the agenda for that event. But what they've done is embedded links to the presentation that was made, as well as the video for those sessions that have been recorded, as well as past webinars and so on. So, shortly we'll migrate this week's event under the past events, and you'll be able to get to, the on-demand sessions if you missed something this week. So again, I don't want to spend too much time, and I want to let you out on time. But there's a wealth of resources here to explore, and we certainly encourage you to do that. So with that, I'll wrap. My sincerest thanks to all of you for making the time in your schedules this week to join us. My thanks to all the speakers from across the entirety of the event. We do this type of a session every 6 months, and on the OMG generally meets quarterly, so every 3 months. So basically, semi-annually, we do kind of more of a presentation seminar kind of conference type format. And then on the alternate meetings is more workshop, working group, roll up the sleeves and collaborate type sessions. We look forward, like everyone, to getting back to face-to-face meetings. With a little bit of luck, we might see one of those before the end of the year. That's certainly my hope. But with that, we'll let you go. Thanks again, and I hope everyone has a productive. Well, I guess we're running out of week. Has a great end of the week, and talk to you all soon.